Last time on Knights of the Rolled Table, the party journeyed to Coldguard in the frozen wastes of Shivermore, meeting a frost vampire named Victor von Schnell. He had imprisoned the two knights they were searching for, and made a deal to release them if one of the party would win his underground blood race. In the end, Diedre and her once-arranged fiancé, Xavier, managed to win. The two captured knights were released, and after some light polka dancing, headed back to Glorn for some much-needed downtime.
Alright, welcome back to Knights of the Rolled Table. We are going to continue from where we left off last time. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do this. You are back in Glorn, in the Grumble Gate, and two of the sorcerers that are your allies, as well as Boone, are there. Raphaela is standing there, the female gold dragonborn, and you also see Gonak, who is the 3-foot-tall, green-gray, tree frog-looking drung, and they are both standing there. And Raphaela says, "Welcome back. I see that you've made it back safely, and you brought the knights. Excellent."
Yes, they're here. They need some warmth. It's been a while since they've been in the warm area, so let's make sure we get them hospitalized through hospitality.
Of course. Boone, would you mind taking them up to some of the spare rooms?
Oh yeah, no problem. Hey, you guys follow me. If you like, I can give you some cool magic. Well, maybe I'll hold off on that.
And they just kind of they're very exhausted, and they kind of nod and they follow Boone, but they're also kind of like, what is this beholder? Like, they're kind of looking at Raphaela like,
He's fine. He's nice.
should we be worried about the beholder?
No, he's a friend too. He's a nice one.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm Boone. Hi. I'm actually okay. I'm kind of one of the good guys.
Boone is the best. Enjoy his company.
He's all right.
And they head up, and Ganak and Raphaela are there, and Raphaela says, "And you seem to have brought another friend."
Yes, this is Xavier. He'll only be here for a short while. Bit of an old family friend, as it were. We just have a little bit of catching up to do, and then we will be sending him on his way. I'm afraid he was in a bit of a predicament back.
If it's not too much trouble, I don't want to overstay a welcome.
Raphaela says, "Well, it's highly against protocol that a non-knight would be here, but I suppose since you have a history, then I'll allow it for one night."
Oh, they certainly have a history.
Oh, shut up.
And how are you all making out? Theo, how was your time in Shivermore?
Oh, it was good. Lots of cold spaces. Very nice to get out.
Oh, Theo was
yeah.
incredibly
Yeah.
heroic. Please don't downplay your achievements, Theo.
Is that so?
I think we did win the race, right? Me and
Yes, he was a perfect gentleman and
My name is Melbin Gelrod.
Oh yeah. Yes. Me and Melbin won the race, so we got first place. There wasn't a trophy to bring back, but it still was good.
There was a race?
Yes.
It's not really about
And
who
if
won. It's more of a team effort kind of thing. Like, we all got there. We accomplished our mission. That's what's important. It's not like
Of course, and no loss of life, apparently.
Right, that's
tell
what's
me,
important.
What
Some of those goblins and maybe that Saint Bernard.
I need to report back to headquarters of the Knight's Order. Who was the elite that was in charge of this realm?
Well,
that was Victor von Schnell.
Victor von Schnell. And she looks at Gonak, who's like, yes, I believe you're right. We haven't heard of him for a while, but he seems to have gone under the radar. It's interesting that he's popped up in Shivermore.
He's a vampire.
Well, yes, he has been for several hundred years.
Right.
well, we did not know
I just
that
wanted to feel
until we
included.
had met him, so yes.
He hasn't always been in Shivermore. He was quite a thorn in the knight's side several centuries ago, but not for me, but according to... I mean, as you all know, I'm sure you've studied up on knight's history.
Oh,
Well,
was there a
know,
textbook? I'm
it's
afraid I
been-
must have missed that. In
A lot of field work's been happening.
The scrolls of previous histories of generations of knights are found in one of the headquarters in another realm, which I have somewhere. Hold on a sec. I have the name because I know the names, and I know the names of all of the places.
Describe it. Give me a season.
I'm looking at the map. I'm picking up a map. Picking
I
up
told you,
places.
That's his cartography
episode.
voice.
This is my cartography voice.
Drawing some mountains.
He's the map. He's the map. He's the map.
It's okay. Yes, it's in the Knight's Archive in Chesquin, above the United King's realm.
Yeah, I did not know there would be a test, so
yeah, there's really not a whole lot of guidance when one becomes a knight.
Is it like a
really
Cliff's
very
Note
haphazard.
version?
Really, I had an orientation. I mean, this was like 40 years ago and whatnot, but
yeah, it's a little
we
bit
had,
slipshod now.
oh, you
Melbin
must
and
have,
I had a 10-day seminar. That's how we
right?
met.
Yes. Do you remember the part about giving feedback? I particularly enjoyed that.
Oh, yes, of course. You have to be transparent. It's very important for teamwork
Yes,
to be
always
transparent.
have behavior and impact.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Thought
right.
that
So that's
scaffolding for
important.
different
But
levels of knowledge was very good.
yeah,
Yes.
and
And
there
we
like
all
a
remember
summary
the
or a-
acronym. We all remember the acronym. Let's say it
Alright.
together. A
A
is for
apple.
ask.
Attitude.
Ask. C is for
Communicate.
courage. Yes,
Courage, yes.
Of course.
I'm just gonna mumble.
And T.
Talk.
Tolerance.
No, teamwork.
Oh, yes, of course.
I was just waiting to see if you knew.
Right. Well, maybe I'll send some of you to orientation after this. It never hurts to brush up, I suppose. So, okay. Well, Victor von Schnell. That's very interesting. And did he mention anything else? Did he say where he got his power from? What his end game was? You got away without fighting him?
He mostly seemed to be into racing. That wasn't particularly threatening for a vampire.
No,
Indeed, and he offered us his...
Oh, go ahead.
He definitely seemed a bit preoccupied with the wagers on said racing as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's where he's amassing wealth or power.
He did offer us his wisdom if we wanted to know more about vampires or animals in his realm or anything in the future.
It might be
Of course,
beneficial.
that was before Igneous made him start dancing against his will.
You did.
He
what?
seemed to enjoy that.
Well, I had this one charge left from the polka spell, and I just thought I'd use it. Yeah, I made him polka, and it worked out because then everybody else polkaed because I think they felt like he's like the boss is doing it,
Igneous.
and they were really having a good time. I feel like polka nights might become a regular thing
To be fair, it was incredibly funny.
It was
Well, if
funny.
you have gone through orientation, you would know that when making an expeditious retreat, you don't antagonize an otherwise friendly potential antagonist because it might reinvigorate the hatred of fighting. But
Or
it's
it
fine.
could reignite an inborn love of polka, which I think probably happened, at least 50-50. Also, it's not our fault that we didn't get an orientation. We were thrust right into an inner conflict where people were trying to undermine.
Looking at HR.
I feel like lack of orientation wasn't the primary problem when we were inducted into the Knights.
Yeah,
Besides, everyone seemed to very much enjoy the polka dancing. The entire crowd joined in.
All right, that's not the point. But I'll talk to your recruiter. I'll talk to Mr. Slate. I know him personally.
Please do.
Some dragonborns just rush everything. A little puff of smoke comes out of her nostrils. And anyway, and then Ganok, the grung, is like, oh, that is a good question. Do you know who he was worshipping? In any religious or deities that might have been giving him his power?
Oh, it was something with an R.
Ravella.
Ravioli.
Ravella, I think was it. Queen of Shadows.
Ravella. I've never heard of that name. Have you, Ganok? He hasn't either. Well, we'll maybe investigate that. Or keep an ear to the ground for that name if you go somewhere else. And I always believe that it might be beneficial to find out the power behind the power. And if we can get to the root of the problem, we might be able to find out what the end game of the Platinum Syndicate is. Anyway, you must be exhausted and tired.
I definitely think that too. That's a great idea.
Yes, well, as a druid who has traveled quite a bit, Theo, I'm sure that you have seen quite a bit of land and places all around and studied up on your deities and your nature gods and whatnot. We do have an arboretum if you'd like to see how some of the local fauna are growing inside of the temple.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. I'd really like a tour of it too, to know the trees. Maybe if you wanted to show me that.
Oh well, Ganok is the one that actually takes care of it, but
that's fine. Yeah, I would love to go with Ganok to the trees.
Oh, Ganok, though, I was going to ask you, darling, could I get your assistance in the kitchen?
And he actually kind of hops over to Yenni, and Ganok kind of waves his finger a little bit and sort of expands, and as he expands his froggy fingers, he reveals almost like a window opening up this hidden compartment, the shield that y'all looked at before. And on the shield, this is the magical floating shield that they showed you, Yenni. And on it is this really awesome, fierce, big teeth, a hippo. and it's this hippo with armor, and it's got like teeth, but they're not like hippo teeth, they're like sharp hippo teeth, but it's kind of got like this lance. It's like holding a lance, and flames on the side of its armor, and there's like this burst of water that's painted behind it, and he's like,
ooh, yeah, he's a very slick dog. What's his name? Terry? Yeah, sounds great. I love Terry.
Oh, do you speak Grung?
No.
Well,
but it
that's good, 'cause
sounded like Terry. He had two R's in there. I'm pretty sure.
Fine, we'll go with Terry. He didn't actually have a name, but Ganok says that that in the Grung society, hippos are actually quite fierce and are revered as quite powerful water animals. So it's quite an honor that he's painted this on your shield. That is, if you still want it.
Oh yeah, no one else is getting this one. And Yenni holds it tight against herself.
All right. Well, thank you again for the trade of some of the other items, the scroll. Theo, I will attempt to show you the arboretum. It's not my area of expertise, but perhaps we can all adjourn for a break, and then we'll meet tonight for dinner, and we can plan a little bit more what your next course of action, your next destination that you'll head out to in the morning.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
All right, I'll see you all in a few hours then.
Melbin looks like crestfallen that he can't, that he won't be going to the arboretum, but he knows better than to try to get in there with the obvious setup that Diedre just did.
Come on, Melbin. We'll go play cards or something.
Okay.
So Raffaella takes Theo up the stairs and kind of to a east wing room. The arboretum. We'll play on that in a second. Yenni, you're kind of left. You're left with Ganok, who kind of motions over to like a little weapons rack and grabs a spear and kind of initiates like a little like, do you want to spar a little bit? Like, and he kind of goes and just kind of goes and kind of bangs it against the shield and hops a little bit.
I mean, I will most certainly spar against the frogman. Yeah, you're not going to stop me from doing that.
Sure. Okay, so they start a little, practice session. Xavier looks at Diedre and says, "It's softly kind of you for sticking up for me, for staying here. I don't want to be a burden. If you need me to go, I don't mind. I appreciate the. Where exactly are we?
Well, we're at a temple. It's a bit of a sanctuary. Geography really isn't my strong suit. But
I'm sorry, you're a knight of the realm?
Yes.
Is that why you left?
It's the Underdark. The Knights is kind of a secret thing, but I guess you're in. Sorry, I'll just hang out with Melbin. You guys have a thing.
I heard you mention it. You were talking about knights and the knights that were missing, and that's the only thing I thought that was a myth.
Yes, well, it's not a very widely publicized vocation, but yes, we do serve the realm and do our best to protect the populace. Of course, the network, I'm afraid, is not what it used to be, but we are taking many great pains, as you saw in the race, to reconstruct it and to assemble the old forces. So,
well, that is fascinating. I mean, it's amazing that it's even a thing that exists, much less that. Yes. I mean, I'm not surprised that you're in it, but it's. Well, I am a bit surprised, actually. I mean, you just left. Is that why you left? Because you got recruited into this shadowy organization?
No, I'm afraid the timeline's a little bit different. No, listen, it's complicated. I mean, you understand the pressures of nobility, and
of course,
it's a bit of a narrowing field of life experience in that pursuit, and it got to a point where I saw my future narrowing, and I realized that the only way that I could have any true say in my own bearing was to amass a fortune of my own, so that I would no longer be reliant on my family or my family's name. And so, truthfully, I'd never met you, and I was supposed to marry you, and that's just Isn't that just silly, darling?
Oh, Diedre, I don't hold it against you. I don't blame you. This whole business of arranged marriage is so last century. It's positively primeval. I don't imagine that you would marry me even if we did meet, because I'll admit I admired you from afar, but I, having never met, only by reputation, I heard you were a bit of a pistol. Well, I suppose you heard about your estate back home and your brother taking over.
No, I had not heard. What, could you bring me up to speed?
Well, your parents were given an opportunity to travel, and they left your brother in charge of the estate and all of the lands, and they went on an extended vacation, I suppose. That's the rumor, anyway. So
Interesting. Well, I'm sure he's quite happy with that. How is the estate faring under his watch?
Well, I don't know exactly how it's prospering, but by the time I left, all I remember is several tents were being set up, and there was a lot of livestock being auctioned, and he seems to be setting up some sort of I don't know, like a archery range. Well, it didn't seem very noble, but who am I to judge?
No. God,
Anyway.
My parents would never bring that kind of clamor into our realm. It must be some misunderstanding.
It's definitely your brother.
Yes. Oh, well, yes. He's not always been the most practical of people. That is for certain. I appreciate you sharing this information with me, and you are, of course, welcome to stay. And I am glad to have met you. I hope you don't misunderstand.
Of course, I have no expectations. Meeting you was just a wonderful chance encounter. I myself got away and went to Shivermore to get as far away from home as possible. I had heard, through whispers of some of my friends that have less than reputable dealings, that a quick way to earn money was this fabled blood race. And I said, I've never been to colder temperatures, so chartered a ship, and there I was. A few months later. I had no idea I would meet you there, much less end up in a Knight of the Realm fortress.
Yes, it is. Wait until you see the rooms.
The rooms?
Oh, yes, they have this charming little effect where whatever your heart desires or you wish to conjure within the room, you can do it. It's really quite a lark.
Good. Will I be staying in my own room, or?
Oh.
I mean, if it's not a trouble, maybe I could stay with your friend Igneous. He seems interesting and.
Yes, he's quite the charmer. I mean, that sounds like a conversation you two should have. Listen,
Is he?
I need to. Yep. No.
I was going to ask. I mean, he doesn't seem like he's from around here. Is he?
That is a question for him, and I would encourage you to go have that conversation. I'm going to go help myself to a glass of sherry in the kitchen. It's been a pleasure.
Of course.
I will go and do that now.
Should I come with you? I don't feel like I should be down here. What are we in? And he just kind of like follows you awkwardly. And like, wait, Diedre, hold on. Melbin and Igneous, what are you two doing?
Look, I don't know what a fish is, so when you tell me to say go fish, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't have the cultural context.
It is merely an analogy, a metaphor. You just reach and take another card. It means I do not have what you are asking for.
Take a card, or
But the name of the game is Go Fish.
So like fire lance, it's like a fire lance, right? The way you hunt the fire snakes is you throw the fire lance and then it sort of like claws into them and it pulls them back and you gotta rip out the fangs when it comes up close to you, right?
Are you familiar with the drink called gin?
I mean, I've heard of it, yeah, recently.
Okay,
not,
let me
not
teach
from
you this
home.
game.
No, so we got whiskey. All right,
And then
gin.
but right before you say that, you hear this kind of, and the walls sort of shake a little bit, and there's the little pebbles and dust kind of fall from the corners, and
You hear that?
I did. You did as well?
Yeah.
We should investigate.
All right, that seems better than this game.
as you, where were you? Were you in one of your rooms, or like a side room or something like that?
I think we're in like the mess hall type.
Yeah.
The equivalent of that.
Okay.
I think we would have hung out.
The mess hall, not the war room. Okay.
Right.
So you guys come out into the main lobby area, the kind of foyer, and you see Lucky, the Winter Eladrin sorcerer that was there when you first showed up, and he says, "Oh, I'm glad you're both here. Igneous, there's a chap outside that's calling your name rather loud. Maybe you should go and check it out."
My name?
Aye. He's throwing quite large bolts of fiery energy against the wall. I don't suppose you know anything about that.
I don't know. I'll go check it out.
I will accompany you.
All right. Try to be low key about it.
I'm always low key.
No. All right.
And you just hear.
All right. I'll head over there.
Now, mind, if you want to avoid him, the defenses are quite intact. So it's up to you if you actually want to talk to him at all.
I'll check it out. Is there a quiet way out of here where I could maybe take a look without him noticing? If you just got a window or something, I could shadow step probably.
So if you walk a little bit forwards to the tapestry over there, you can go through and you'll come through where the sigil is on the other side of the wall. There, that should be quite a few feet to the left of where he's throwing the boom things. I don't know what they are. They're just shaking everything.
All right, I'll check it out. Through the tapestry, you said.
Yeah,
just walk into the tapestry and then it'll be outside.
It's kind of a magical door, you know how it goes.
Can I come back through the tapestry? Or
as long as you got a sigil, that's why he's not to be able to get through, because he's not a knight. I just peeked my head through, and
I'm gonna go. I better go through the tapestry. And let me. I will pass without trace on my way out there.
And Melbin, are you going with him?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Igneous will just like sneak towards the tapestry, and Melvin then comes clinking along behind him. Stop.
All right,
Hold on. And he passes without trace to silence.
Well, yeah, it's within within a certain radius. Like okay, so y'all kind of peek out, and you just see the camera of our story goes outside to the wall where the knight sigil is, and you just see kind of magically this aura where the both of you sort of like peek out through this teleportation, and just like these two heads are just they see in front of them this sort of a humanoid in medium armor, dark skin, wearing a helmet and a half helm, if you will, with some red cloth underneath, and a sword at his side, a shield on his back, and he's got some heavy bracers, kind of emblazoned with some logos. He's about 50 feet away from you, but he's standing out quite a bit because of the armor that's kind of gleaming, and he steps back and he lets loose this firebolt that heads right towards the walls of the temple, and it just disperses with a magical sheen against the wall, and he's like, "Igneous!"
Do I recognize this person?
You can't tell from this distance, but from this distance, you can see that this is definitely someone from the Fire Realm army. So you recognize the armor, but you don't recognize the person.
This is interesting. Melbin, stay close to me, and let's try to sneak up a little bit closer.
Okay.
Melbin gives the double thumbs up.
So under protection of Pass Without Trace, we'll sneak up a little bit more, kind of like behind the person's field of vision to try to figure out if I recognize them.
Okay. So you're kind of like flanking him a little bit, and he's about to set off another blast when let's have both of you make a stealth check.
Plus 10.
How does path plus 10? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So stealth plus 10.
19.
Well, 13.
Oh.
Melbin, you're killing me.
Well, I rolled a 20 and a 3. Exactly.
Okay. Igneous is like shadow stepping, kind of like behind him, like jumping around from behind some rocks and like alcoves and things like that, trying to get a better look. And then Melbin, you're kind of like sneaking up, and you're like, yeah, I'm stealthy. I'm super stealthy.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, exactly. And then as you take a step forward, one of your shin guards, like your little fastenings that goes around your legs, wasn't on as well as you hoped, and it goes clang, 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 and he turns around and shoots a firebolt at you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Haha. Just at me, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, hang on. I'm checking my cheat sheet. Okay. So that's just targeting me, so I get +2 to that. All right, dex save 13.
13. Okay. That is going to be enough. So you kind of jump out of the way, and some dust and rock and stuff go in different directions. Igneous, you definitely see this, and he's like, "Who's there? Come out, show yourself." Igneous? Is that you? And he sees Melbin. He's like, "Who are you then?"
I am Melbin Gelrod. How may I assist you?
I'm looking for Igneous.
Yes. He is a good friend of mine. We are pals. What do you want with him?
Where is he?
Around?
I'm going to shadow step right behind this person.
So,
I'm right here.
Right there.
Igneous? Is that really you?
Yeah.
and you see, now that you're in front of him and he's turned around, this is your old commander, Flint. Hey there, it's time for some announcements. This is Chris Daly, your DM for Season 5 and your Goliath of Good Cheer. Happy holidays, and hope all of you are having a great year of gaming and role-playing. On every episode this season, I've been mentioning some tools that are great to use for DMs and players. This one is good to use for both. This episode, we're going to talk about heroforge.com. Now, this is not the only mini creation, 3D mini creation site that you can use. There's Eldritch Foundry. There's some other ones where you can do some stuff. But my favorite so far has been Hero Forge. I just like the interface better. Basically, you can go there and you can create a custom mini, and they give you all different types of things you can customize, like the head, the body, the clothing, the stage it's on, the pose. You can do colors, or you can just do it so you can paint it yourself, and you can choose all different kinds of popular species from D&D and from Pathfinder, or you can kind of customize and makeshift your own sort of clockwork species. So it's pretty cool, and the minis are different, affordable. You can get them in like metal or plastic or resin, and that way you can paint them yourself. So it makes for a really cool gift, but it's also kind of a cool gift for yourself. So check it out at heroforge.com. If you haven't heard our Halloween episode featuring a one-shot with some of our kids, please go back and check that out. It's in our library. It's super funny and super chaotic. Zach does a great job trying to wrangle 3 of our children together for a one-shot where they almost kill everyone. So it's pretty fun. We're also recording our annual holiday episode where Jeff Frank is going to DM some of our players as well as some special guest players on a one-shot with a holiday theme, so check that out. Hey, if you like our podcast, and we sure hope you do because you're listening to this, head to your podcast app of choice and please leave us a review, hopefully a 5-star review, but leave us a review and it really helps us. If you want to write a little something, a little comment, we might read that out loud. We definitely check out every comment that we get. We haven't gotten any comments in a little while, and it's always nice to read those. So if you are listening to this right now, please leave us a comment. It just helps get the algorithm out there and more people find out about the show. If you want merchandise for Knights of the Roll Table, check out our store at TeePublic. You can go to TeePublic and search for Knights of the Rolled Table, and we have Hydration is Very Important and even a Season 1 cast print. If you like playing D&D and need some character art, consider checking out my Dungeon Heads catalog. I've created a library of black and white and color character artwork that grows every week with more variations. Check out my stuff at patreon.com/dungeonheads, as well as Dungeon Heads on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Of course, a lot of the music on our podcast comes from Arcane Anthems and Tabletop Audio. Both have a Patreon and both are amazing at what they do, so consider checking them out. Finally, we know we are not the only tabletop RPG D&D actual play podcast out there. I've said it many times. There are so many out there. But if you're listening to this, thank you. We love you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of our community. Check out our Discord. Let us know what you think about the show. Let us know what you think is going to happen. I'm super into people that guess things that are going to happen, if it's very predictable or if it's super confusing. So just let us know what you think. So thank you for being part of the community. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to go out and make life an adventure.
Flint?
Hi.
What are you? What? How are you? What are you doing
He
here?
just goes in for a big like double arm hug, like
All right.
pat you on the back.
It's good to see you, buddy.
It's good to see you. I thought you were dead.
Well, no, it's been a while. How'd you find me here?
It's been since the battle of the Fire Lord.
Yeah,
Since Sharkandrus's fall.
yeah.
I hunted you down. You know I'm good at that.
Yeah, you're best tracker in the fire realm, and
Right.
what's happening? Are you okay, or what's?
Well, I'm fine. I've just been charged for getting a few people, from our ranks that went missing or defected. They said that you defected. I argued that you were dead and you didn't make it, but then rumors started popping up of a man with fiery eyes and things like that. I followed clues inconspicuously here and there. It's not easy for me to be inconspicuous, by the way.
No,
But-
it's not. I've not always kept a low profile, so yeah.
So, yeah, it's all right. And then there was this business in Red Basin and a bunch of giant business and stuff like that. And then they somebody said that they noticed. Well, I've got ears to the ground, got my ways of finding out things, dark network and whatnot. And some of these blokes here in Valentrail, and they said that they saw some people go underground, including a Phoenix Spawn. So came down here, put 2 and 2 together, found some tracks, led me here.
And just shooting fire at these sigils was your final.
Well, I figured there was some sort of security system. I'm not
Don't
just
touch that one, by the way. I don't know
didn't
what that
touch
one and
any of
that one does, but that one over there is bad, unless you want to be 10 years older.
It's not my first time I've seen sigil protection walls. I mean, who goes up and just randomly touches sigils? I mean, that's no one does that. Everybody knows better.
It's a move of idiocy, right? That's ridiculous.
I mean, everybody knows if they're a...
They all do different things, obviously.
I'm
They're
sure.
different sigils.
Listen.
Listen.
More importantly,
Alright.
you got to come back with me. Everybody's wondering where you are, and it's you're in a bit of trouble, mate. I'm sorry. But I'll speak for you. And what do you mean you can't do that?
I can't do that. I've got new obligations here. Just tell them I'm dead.
I don't understand. You don't want to come back to the Fire Realm? It's your home. It's under new management.
Well, I know. I met Sindel. She's the Phoenix, and she's here too.
You met the Queen of the Phoenix?
I did. She's awesome.
Wow.
It's been a turning point for me. She's quite inspirational. I've learned all sorts of magic. I've dedicated myself to the priesthood of the flame, and
Oh, you don't say. Well, don't that beat all? I mean, I guess I kind of did the same thing, but kind of went a different realm, like being a champion and all.
A champion?
Well, I mean, being a tracker is one thing, but I sort of changed my ways, toughen up, learn how to fight, learn a couple of tricks. So, I became a champion of the flame.
Oh.
I'm still a bit of a ranger, mind you, but I'm also a champion.
So look, we both changed a lot. Things have changed. We're both still dedicated to the cause in our own way. Why would I have to come back with you? Why can't you just say you didn't find me?
Because you're being hunted, mate.
What? By who?
He kind of looks at Melbin. He's like, can we talk somewhere private? I mean, I don't know. Is this guy trustworthy or?
Yeah, but Melbin, I got this. If you want to head back inside and let him know that situation under control, that we got some fire talk to do.
If you say so, Iggy. If you have trouble, just...
And he taps his arm.
Give me a shout.
And then Melbin will head in. Super subtle.
He's cooler than he appears.
He's like looking at the two of them and like goes to the sigil and sort of like slowly goes through the wall. And he's like, oh, that's a neat trick.
Like the Homer, like disappearing into
going
the bush.
into the bushes, just backing up slowly.
Then like his head pops back out, just like.
Is there any way that we might be able to go in there, like talking like a conference room or something, or I mean, it's not that look. I mean, I'm glad you came out, really, but you'd be surprised the things I had to fight off to get here.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dark out there, literally.
I mean, there's some crazy looking. There was a guy with like tentacle fingers and stuff like that. It's pretty gross. Well, I mean, I took care of myself. I also went through this fog and it made me forget like where I was for about a day.
Yeah, we had a little bit of that too. The sigils keep out people who aren't members, so to speak. But we did get one new bloke in there. Come on over here and let me check. Lay low for a minute. And he'll kind of like walk him over to the tapestry portal, and Iggy'll like duck in to find out if that's okay to bring him in.
Okay, so Lucky is inside the foyer, and he's like, "What do you mean? There's a friend of yours out there? So you do know this bloke?"
I do, yeah. He's a real good tracker. He got this far, and I feel like it's not very safe out there. So is there a way to bring him in here? And I don't know. Is there like a staging area or something we could talk in?
I suppose you can go in the war room, but
you let Diedre's fiance in here.
Don't tell Raffaella that you're bringing in somebody else. I heard there's already one guy that's in here, and she's gonna lose her scales if she's gonna be really upset.
Frankly, I'll trust Flint more than that other bloke. I'll take responsibility for.
Wait, who? Where is he? By the way, who's this other fella?
He's right outside the portal there.
No, the other person that you brought back.
Oh, Diedre's fiance? I'm not sure. They went off to talk.
Her what? No.
It's kind of a long story. If I could, I'm worried about my friend out there getting like.
He's engaged to be married.
Consumed by a tentacle monster. If we could take this like one at a time, like I'm just going to bring him in here now.
I'd like to meet this fella. I mean, look. First of all. If he's not a knight, I think it might be prudent if we go through some sort of a screening process, like you said, and then maybe we bring your friend in, and maybe maybe we have to have them fight or something like that. Like maybe they have to fight it out, and then
I'd be up for that.
maybe the one that wins might get to join the ranks, go through orientation.
Yes, the orientation. Yes, that would be good. I'm going to bring him in now, and we'll just sort of take it a step at a time, right?
Oh, yeah, just make sure you're holding hands or something like that. As long as you're making contact, then he'll be able to get through.
Holding hands. All right.
Adorable.
I go outside like, all right, Flint.
Yeah.
Look, it's a little bit awkward, but we got to hold hands.
We have to hold hands?
Yeah.
To walk through the magical door?
Right.
Can we hold forearms or something? Like tough soldier men?
I think any sort of contact like that, we can try it.
Oh, about to wring your neck if you're messing me around.
That would probably work too. I'm just saying the guy inside suggested we hold hands. If we can do forearms if you're more comfortable with that. But if you got disintegrated or something, that's not my fault. Here you go.
Well,
He holds out a full forearm.
You're like, well, I don't want to be disintegrated, so he grabs your hand.
All right, there we go.
It's like, let's make this quick.
Not too tight. You're sweaty.
I'm wearing a lot of armor.
Hey, I got an Uber Eats order. I need to come in too.
Nope, you wait. Do the
Don't trust him.
Hey.
Don't trust him. It's a mimic.
Oh, you got me. It's a bowl of fettuccine, like.
Sorry.
It really is dangerous out there.
Not canon. All right. All right. So y'all make it through the wall. We're gonna, as you go through, we're gonna flash cut to Theo and Raffaella in the arboretum.
Oh wow!
It's not like a greenhouse, but it's kind of like a large, somewhat temperature controlled, like area of the temple that has a lot of trees and bushes and flower beds and things like that. And it's not terribly big, but just it's enough to keep somebody busy.
Oh wow, Raffaella, this is some beautiful specimens you have here. This looks like a spruce tree?
I'm sure I don't know. Like I said, Gunnock.
Oh yeah,
keeps
definitely a spruce. Here, you gotta come over and feel the bark. If they don't get enough water, what they'll do is they'll actually close up parts of the bark to retain more water. Here, you gotta feel just right here.
You mean put my hand on the tree?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, that's how you get to know the plants and get to know how nature works. You have to feel it and touch it.
All right, I guess I'll go ahead and do that. And she puts her dragonborn hand on top of the tree, and it feels quite rough.
But how does it speak to you? You have to be listening as well.
I don't have that spell speak to plants. It's something I have to study, and it's not quite in my... Oh, you were speaking metaphorically, I think.
Yeah, I think I was. I hope that wasn't too confusing.
For Theo, for an orc, you're surprisingly gentle.
Yeah, I suppose that's kind of why I didn't fit in with my clan.
What happened to your clan?
Oh, well, they had different motives and things they wanted to do, and I had something else that I wanted to do and to pursue, and, I think it's worked out pretty good probably for everyone involved.
Do you ever think about going back to them?
And, Theo's kind of quiet for a little bit, and he says... I miss the people that I knew. I miss them a lot. But I don't think I could go back. I don't think I could see them and interact with them. I just don't think we'd be recognizable to each other.
I know the feeling. I left. The Dragonborn are extremely tight-knit and like to operate in
small communities and clans, if you will, similar to orcs.
And it's like one person, wears a funny scarf or something, and then everybody's talking about
Everyone
it.
starts judging. I know it's terrible.
It gets to everybody. It's like you don't need
can't
to do
have
that.
any uniqueness at all. Why
Not at all.
Can't you just wear an earring inside of a tendril that comes out, from one of your horns? I don't. I do it one time and I have to be shunned, and everyone says, "Oh, you can't have your fire breath, and your fire breath is not as good as anyone else's."
Oh, I'm sure you have great fire breath, and I'm sure you look good
the best.
with the piercing on there.
I had it removed. I was young.
Oh, does that heal over, or could you still pull it off?
I can give myself a piercing right now if I wanted to. Or you.
Oh, well,
and then we cut to...
these tusks up here, I've never tried to draw. But okay,
we cut to... they continue to talk, and we cut to Yenni in the basement, or in the Grumble Gate, and she's kind of finishing sparring with Ganok.
Yeah, it's made of bone, but it talks. So I think it's got like a little something special going on. I don't know. What is your name? And I hold Yenni holds the axe up to her ear.
Oh, hey, my name. Everybody just calls me Blood Axe. It's been so long since I've actually been called a name. I had a name once. It was ancient.
Oh, ancient.
Blood curdling. No. It means it was a long time ago. People feared me. I was a warrior. I was someone that caused people's bones to tremble. And then that stupid witch cursed me and put me in this thing. I was abandoned for years. Left inside of a mine. And then I got picked up, taken to the Shadowfell, used for torture. That were some good times.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fun.
And then I got taken to the material plane, and I was, traveled around here and there. I had a few different masters, the floodgates of war, as they say, and then I got taken in by. Well, he didn't use me. He just kind of used me as a ceremonial trinket. I kept on asking, but every time I tried asking, he blocked me out. I couldn't communicate with him. But then eventually he gave me to one of his mages, who then gave me to this dead shadow orc, who was sort of a zombie, and I think that's the guy who you killed, or your friend killed, the shiny one. I don't have eyes. I don't know. It's just kind of a feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like he was shiny. I don't know. It's like an aura thing.
Yeah, he was slick. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a funny voice. I just get reverberations. It's like an auditory thing. Anyway, you killed that. Now you're my master. So what do you want to do, boss? You want to chop this froggy guy in half? I think he's a frog again. I don't know. I just hear like rop rop. So he sounds like a frog. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I don't think we want to chop him up, but we definitely want to push him around a little bit. Maybe just make him a little scared.
Tell me, boss, who do you want to destroy?
Oh boy.
Do you have a vengeance for something? Like were you traumatized as a young halfling, or were your parents destroyed in an alley, or did your home realm blow up?
Oh boy, I wish it were something that good.
Were you raised in a school of people that hunt, hate, and fear you?
No, we mostly grazed a lot of livestock. That was good times.
As halflings?
No. With my orc family.
Wait, so okay, this is a question I have to ask, because you keep saying that you were raised by orcs, but you're a halfling. What happened to your parents?
That's a good question. question. What did happen?
Okay, and then on that note, we flash to Diedre and Xavian. Diedre is having a nice cup of sherry in the cellar of different drinks and bottles and things like that, of which there's a few, not a lot, but you found some empty wine bottles. There's some things. A lot of nice Valentrel wines because it is a realm of wines and whatnot. So Xavian says, sorry, didn't mean to follow, but I just feel a little bit out of sorts here, and maybe you could show me to where the rooms are. I'll get some rest, and I'll be on my way early tomorrow morning.
Yes. I mean, have you thought about where you'll go?
Not really. I thought I might travel a bit more and see where the wind takes me, as it were. I mean,
so I have
I
to
don't know.
ask,
It seems
you seem so bewildered about why I might leave, but then you went and did the exact same thing. It seems like you're asking questions you already knew the answer to.
Well, I'm just surprised that you would leave, having I mean, you heard about the deal that your parents made with my parents. Your family was the greater inheritor of the land of the realm. Our marriage would have...
Exactly, my family, not me. I had no say in any of it.
But the two of our families together would have been the ruling family name across the realm. We would have basically been in charge.
What?
But
more responsibilities, more obligations, more notoriety.
You would have been in charge of the realm, Diedre.
Perhaps it's a responsibility I didn't want. I mean, you left. I'm sure it was not a broken heart because we'd never even met. So, why did you leave?
My parents kept on saying I had to marry a noble. And with you gone, I didn't see much point. Anyway, my heart's not really in marriage.
Mine neither.
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like I can talk to you about these things. I don't know why, but maybe because we have a similar upbringing, but there's someone else that I've admired from afar, and well, it wouldn't fly, I don't think, with my parents or yours.
Oh, is it some sort of scandal? Come now, we've come this far. We were betrothed. You can share this much.
Let's just say you're not the Selenka that I was admiring.
My brother Erickson?
I'm afraid so.
Well, it seems that you have a vested interest in going back to my estate, and...
It would never work. We're not anything alike. I haven't even talked to him, and he always wants to... Every time he brings it up, he's always talking with other gentlemen about going riding, and I'm a terrible rider.
You think relationships are all about having things in common? I mean, I've read enough of Huxtable's Choice to know that that sometimes opposites are exactly what attracts. I mean, I think that's the problem with you and I. We were too aligned. There would have been nowhere to grow, nowhere to go from, darling.
I mean, but darling, what would society say? They would shun us. I mean, two royal noble men getting together. It hasn't been done in millennia.
You know, things fall out of fashion and then fall back into fashion. Being a trendsetter is all about being confident enough to know that you want something and then to just go and do it.
Well, it's not that it's two men being together. It's that we wouldn't be able to produce an heir, and my parents are all about children, continuing the line, etc., so forth. You know how it is.
And at this rate, how are they continuing that line?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't
Life's
have
full of
any other
unknowns.
siblings,
Sometimes
and
you just have to jump out there and do the damn thing.
I'm not interested in ruling the realm. Do you understand? I just want what's best for me and for the people that I care about.
Well,
I don't care about titles or
regardless,
ruling.
I have a feeling I will be needing to check back in on my brother and whatever he is up to back at our estate. I'm afraid that this night business is a little pressing, but as soon as we've wrapped it up, I would like to go back home, and I would be happy to at least arrange a dinner in your honor as a thank you for your assistance in this conquest, and, perhaps we can just see what happens.
Erickson and I might hit it off. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Don't you think? Would you introduce me to Erickson?
Of course. Yes, it'd be my pleasure. I won't lie, my brother's a little bit of a bore, but I can see the attraction.
So what we're gonna skip forward ahead to the next day. Over the night, everyone gets a full rest. The next morning, Xavier says his goodbye. He gets teleported by Ganok, and Ganok kind of takes him. Lucky says, "Well, where do you want to go?" And Xavier's like, "Surprise me." And then Ganok sort of he takes him down to the Grumble Gate, and that's supposedly, the last you're going to see of Xavier for a while. Let's see. Raffaella finds out that not just one, but two random guests that are not knights are staying there. And she finds out that this guy Flint, who is a friend of Igneous, is staying there. And she gets very upset and goes away in a huff as the rest of you are kind of like, no, it's fine. And you meet Flint but mostly your knight Igneous is kind of spent catching up with what he's been doing. And he kind of tells you how he's been not just tracking you, but he's tracked a few other people of the fire realm that didn't go back in the portal, that went outside of the sort of sphere of influence back in Oakhart, and tracked a few people down. Some of them had already been killed. Some of them settled down with some people local and wanted to maintain a low profile. And so, you're exchanging war stories from the fire realm and everything like that. After some breakfast, Flint comes over to all of you at the table, and he's like, "Well, listen, I know that I've told Igneous he's to come back with me, but I respect your choices, and I don't want to force you. But there's no timetable on it, so maybe after you do your business, maybe then we can go back, clear your name, and you can keep doing what you're doing. But I was just wondering, maybe in the meantime, maybe I can come with you. I know how to fight. Iggy knows that."
Well, I can vouch for that. Yeah, he's one of the finest rangers in our whole army. Trained me in a lot of what I know.
That's right. Well, no offense. Now that I've found you, you are a hard bloke to find. I don't want to let you out of my sight. So if you're not coming with me, I'm coming with you.
Well, I don't know. How's everybody feel about that? I didn't know the protocol. I did miss the orientation, so I'm not sure how to handle situations like that.
If you vouch for him, then that's good enough for me.
Well, those of you that went through the orientation, can he come along, or does he need a winky winky, or how's that? We can have a...
Raffaella says, "This is highly against protocol again, but if you as many things are nowadays, I suppose if you vouch for him, he's your responsibility, Igneous."
All right, I'll take that.
And he doesn't represent the knights.
No, yeah.
He shouldn't be doing the talking.
Okay.
Strictly hired help.
Lay low.
No offense.
He's good at
Not
that.
taken, Dragon Lady.
We'll hold hands the whole time.
I don't want to hold your bloody hand.
We'll link arms in a manly fashion.
Oh, gosh.
it would be a pleasure to have another paladin along.
Right. Well, so Raffaella says, so Lucky this time says, right, I'll be creating the portal for you all. Where are you going this time? What did you decide on? Going to the jungle? Going to the United Kingdoms? What we feel like?
What did we decide?
We've been talking and we think that turtle one sounds interesting.
Right, that would be the, hold on, it's Heaven's Breath, the Kesserim.
Yeah. That sounds nicer than Shivermore. What?
Heaven's Breath is a location within Kesserim, which is the greater realm, and Heaven's Breath is a kind of a it's on the southern peninsula of the United Kings, but it's its own realm. It's kind of attached, so it's sort of a subtropical area, and so the Lucky creates the portal. He says, all right, you lot, good luck. Everybody goes through this sort of peach glowing gate, and you feel yourself again stretched through the ethos of time and space, and all of you land in this beautiful lush green plain with hills, and there's mountains in the background, and you can see the ocean cliff and little sunny beaches over in the distance, and not too far, maybe about half a kilometer, you see a small village with thatched huts and clay walls, and it's some doors built into the very hills themselves, and little smokestacks coming off, and it's a quaint little village, and some of you recognize this as a halfling community. So as you make your way towards Heaven's Breath to find some clues to find the missing knight, that's where we'll pick up our adventure next time.
Hey.
Oh, this is very beautiful.
Why are these doors so little?